Okay, so I am a man that is generally critical of this genre of yo-yoing, okay? But don't call me a hypocrite. I will explain. Alrighty. I've been vocal in certain spaces before about certain design qualities I'm not fond of. I don't like slimlines, I don't like organics, I don't like high walls, and I especially don't like slimline high-walled organics. I just don't. I think the cult following a lot of these yo-yos get is based mostly just on old head nostalgia. Sue me. In audio, people insist that you just can't beat vinyl, and then there's the opposite. People who think vinyl is old and dated. People miss things, that's fine. But to drastically oversimplify my take on organics, I think overall it's a dated way to design a yo-yo. I've argued about designing organics and just kind of yo-yos in general, and about whether or not some common characteristics of organics are needed. But in spite of that, I still bought some organic yo-yos from the CLYW table at Nats. I know. I specifically got a B-grade creep and a purple beater. But this video isn't a video on the creep, even though I love it. It's about the beater, which I know isn't a slimline. I just want to slander slimlines more because you're paying for a yo-yo that literally doesn't yo-yo as good. Anyways, the beater is getting a full retail release soon. If you were on the CLYW Discord, it got a really limited drop on there before being released to the public. I hang out there a lot, and they like me enough to let me help out the moderation team, some of which might be watching this video. Hello, Alan. And maybe Steve, but they have not paid me or offered me anything in exchange to say anything positive. All thoughts are my own. Anyways, if you want my TLDR, it's that the beater is just the quintessential old head yo-yo, while also having some nice power. That's it. There's the TLDR. Now allow me to go into depth about it. So, the design of the beater is just like a super old head yo-yo. In every way, the beater is designed for old heads that want something that's round, comfy in the hand, and chill. That unpleasant rim-weighty feeling that people hate is 100% absent. It's not crazy super stable, but it's got a schmoove groove in there, which I think is there to help prevent string rub for yo-yos with high walls, like the beater. This schmoove groove kind of falls back and protrudes back out into a little response bump, which to me is always a good thing. And then it's got snow tires, which in most cases can kill my vibe because I yo-yo with thick string and snow tires can be snaggy sometimes. But the beater doesn't snag that much. So, let's go over it again. The beater has that schmoove groove, high walls, it's super comfy in the hand, and it's got snow tires. Every old head watching right now is getting a little hot around the collar right now. So, what else has it got going for old heads? Well, boys, it's got double rims. It's also made from that elusive, stronger 7075 aluminum. And it comes with a log counterweight because Steve Brown. Unless you got the limited edition beater from Rewind, then you got multicolored candy dice. If you need lore, Steve Brown is credited with inventing 5A. But boys, this is a first ever. CLYW made the first ever 7075 organic with double rims. Actually, as far as I know, it's the first organic ever with double rims. Fact checked by Jay himself, who also can't think of any other organics with double rims. So, congratulations CLYW, you made an industry first. I'm so proud. Anyways, all those little design things are kind of old head design 101. Organic because organic, snow tires because grippy binds, and double rims because that reduces being overly rim weighted. I don't mean to alienate anyone or come across as hostile to old heads, by the way. You set the groundwork for us new guys. And besides, as much fun as it is to point out all these old head design quirks, these quirks make for a really awesome yo-yo. So let's talk about how these design qualities come together and play. So, basically, the beater plays how you'd expect. It requires more finesse than most yo-yos because of those high walls, and the snow tires give it really tight binds. The general design of this yo-yo kind of lends it to being slightly unstable. The high walls and such make it so that the beater can be a little more unstable. It's at no fault of the weight distribution though. This yo-yo just needs more finesse than others. You add a little more finesse, a bit more coolness to your play, and you're golden. I'm sure if regens are your thing, the beater's just absolutely crazy for them. I'm not. I just kind of do them on accident sometimes. But I'm sure the beater's good for it. It's got high walls, it's got a solid schmoove groove, and some nice and tight binds. For more aggressive play, the beater's pretty good. You can push it, just a bit, not a lot, obviously. I wouldn't say it's built to handle aggressive play. Even if it can handle it to a degree, that doesn't mean that's what the design was intended to do. Hot take of the video right there. But hey, on top of that, the beetle can handle quick play decently well. I was able to push it to be pretty quick, though I didn't really push it that fast. It's not sluggish. It weighs in at nearly 67 grams, being 66.8 grams. But if you were to guess, you'd probably guess it'd be maybe 65 or so. I think the higher weight is a good thing for the beater. Before the specs were released, I was worried the beater would be too light. The way it's built, it has to have solid weight or else it'd just be too much of a feather. The weight is a part of the reason the beater, with a little more finesse, can be kind of quick and handle that more janky, aggressive playstyle. If it was lighter, I'm almost confident it would just blow over and die as soon as you put aggressive play into it. So, CLYW didn't fall into the trap. That is a light organic. And to add on to that, they didn't fall into the trap that is a light organic with double rims. Because those rims take away that rim weight, and rim weight can generally mean that something is more stable. So, anyways, how's the beater do for horizontals? To put it simply, the beater is a high-walled organic. If you can do horizontal tricks on it, in any capacity, you're just a good player. The beater isn't good for horizontals, you're just good at zontals. Every time I would do a zontal pop, the beater just died. Could be me, I'm not the best at zontals. But also, it's a high-walled organic. It's legitimately just not built for horizontal play. I wouldn't describe the beater as lacking power though. Not at all actually. It's got some solid kickback when you do a bind. It spins for a long time too. It has a solid presence on the string as well. That solid presence and power while not having that unpleasant rim-weighted feeling makes this yo-yo a total blast while just chilling out. If you're big on just enjoying a nice and relaxed session, holy shit, the beater is good. Like, okay, I used to own a Sipho. I sold it because it was the only way I could get my hands on a blue overdrive drop near, and selling that Sipho hurt me so much because that was my, like, I just want to relax and do some chill combos for a second yo-yo. Beater's taking that spot now. I just relax with the beater. I even yo-yo with split calluses with the beater. It's so nice. For organic comparisons, I'm kind of limited because I literally only own two other organics, the Creep and the Pyro X. Compared to the Creep, the beater just doesn't have as much speed or stability, but comes back to the hand with a bit more kick. Compared to the Pyro X, the beater is slightly faster, but slightly less stable, with less of a kickback in the hand than the Pyro X. But honestly, the best comparison I say would be the Boy or the Pickaxe. I find the beater to be more pleasant in the hand and more powerful than the Boy, while being slightly more reluctant. It's closer to the Boy in play feel in the sense that both can kind of be chill and relaxed while not being super prone to being pushed fast. But with that added reluctance, I find that the beater fits the role of a chill yo-yo better, as the Boy can kind of edge toward having a quicker pace, and the beater may not go as fast, but it can handle being pushed slightly better. Compared to the Pickaxe, the beater just has more to offer. The beater has more speed, more power, more stability, etc. The Pickaxe is just kind of quirky and silly, you know, being an undersized chief. It's kind of just neat. Meanwhile, the beater is a bit more standard. So, what do I think all in all? Well, I gotta address the elephant in the room before I can get to that. AKA the elephant-sized price for a mono-metal yo-yo. $100, even for 7075 in 2022 is kind of yikes, man. Especially when MK1 dropped the Spyglass, an organic bimetal, for the same price. It is also 7075 with steel rings. There are worse prices, like the Sipho or FIFO, both of which are $140 plus, or basically any hydrangea monometal. But honestly, $100 for a monometal can be a big turnoff for some people. I was able to afford it. I bought mine at Nats, so I'd set aside around $600 or so just to spend freely on yo-yos. But not everybody can justify spending $100 on a monometal. And I think it's ironic that the yo-yo is called the Beater when it's the most expensive monometal CLYW has dropped since they moved machining to China. But if you can justify it, and you like one of the colors, go for it, man. I've been thoroughly enjoying the Beater since I bought it at Nats. I use it for nuking the Trick Circle channel in the CLYW Discord. Please, more people post in the Trick Circle channel in the CLYW Discord. Anyways, the Beater's pretty good. I kind of love mine, so old heads are really gonna love it, which checks out seeing as Steve Brown is fucking old. Thanks for watching. Adios.